Once upon a time, there was a Minecraft update that almost killed the game. Now, you're probably wondering, who is this random dude and what is he even talking about? Well, let me take you back to February 29th, 2016, when Minecraft was almost destroyed. And not by a creeper. Okay, I'm sorry, that was really cringe, but hear me out. Back in February 29th, 2016, Mojang was feeling extra creative. They decided to, well, introduce an update that almost killed their game, the 1.9 update. Now you're probably wondering, why would an update kill a game? Well, this wasn't any regular update. They changed the game from head to toe, and the community, it was split. Some liked it and some hated it. At face value, it looked like a great update. The end was completely revamped. New mobs, abandoned ships, long towers, and a pair of wings to fly with. It all sounded really cool, and it was, but the update wasn't titled the End Update. It was titled the Combat Update. Why? Well, in 1.9 they decided to overhaul the combat system entirely, and yeah, you could say it ruined it for a lot of players. It ruined it for me. And how, you may ask? Well, let me give you a visual example. As you can see here, the combat before 1.9 was really engaging and cool. Now let's take a look at the combat after 1.9. Yeah. So, what caused this massive shift? Well, there were a few changes, but the biggest offenders were a new timed attack system, the introduction of shields, and brace yourselves, crystals. Yeah, crystals. Goddamn crystals. Now, don't get me wrong, this was great news for survival players. I mean, who doesn't love a new combat system that doesn't require you to click your mouse 50 times per second? Plus, the new sweeping mechanic, even better. It all sounded fantastic, right? Well, not to the PvP community, the largest group of Minecraft players. You're probably thinking, wait, why wouldn't they be excited? Finally, an update tailored for them after years of waiting. Well, here is the thing. This update completely redefined how combat worked. As we saw earlier, it changed entire metas like W tapping, drag clicking, and even more. That's where the problem began. All the strategies that players had spent months, even years perfecting, completely ruined. This was a huge blow to the competitive scene. It fractured the entire community. Some players embraced it and others hated it. What did this lead to? A large chunk of the player base just stuck to 1.8. In fact, massive servers decided to stay on 1.8 and keep the old combat system. That's when the entire PvP community just got disconnected from the rest of Minecraft. You see where I'm going with this, right? This wasn't just any update. It was an update that nearly killed a massive part of the game. Fast forward to today, and many of those 1.8 PvPers have either accepted their fate and moved on to 1.9 or just quit entirely. And this caused massive problems for Mojang. You can't just take back an update once it's out. So instead of backtracking, they just moved forward, effectively ignoring half of their community. While Minecraft didn't die, this was a huge turning point for the game. Fast forward to the modern era and we can see the long-term consequences of that shift. So many 1.8 players quit simply because there was nothing left for them. They felt like the game had changed too much to feel like Minecraft anymore, and 1.8 had gotten too stale to keep on playing forever. There is no way to get new updates and that pre-1.9 combat and feel at the same time. So the only option is either keep playing 1.8 forever, or switch to 1.9 and learn a new combat system that isn't even that interesting to most people. So overall, the community ended up pretty split. Some people actually really liked the changes brought by 1.9, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Why? Well, having some of the most popular servers like Hypixel stick to the old combat system is not a good look for the future of Minecraft. It just showed how divided the community had become. And let's be real, Minecraft had gotten really competitive by that point, and switching the combat system was just a really hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. Players who spent years mastering things like W tapping and drag clicking all of a sudden had to adjust to a new system that didn't reward those skills in the same way. It just made adapting to 1.9 a lot harder for a lot of competitive players. But there was one more thing that made it even more difficult: ping. For players with high ping, the new combat system was a literal nightmare. The timing mechanics in 1.9 put the lower ping players at a massive advantage when it came to combos and crystal PvP. On the other hand, the combat system in 1.9 was a lot more advanced. For many, it improved the single player experience, added new depth, and gave the game a more tactical feel. Some people really liked it. And let's not forget, many players had been requesting a combat change from Mojang for years, so in a way it was great that Mojang actually listened and gave us something new. But still, it wasn't the perfect solution. Even though Mojang allowed players to use multiple versions of Minecraft, the fact that 1.8 PvP will eventually be left behind is a harsh reality. The 1.9 update wasn't universally loved, but it did open up new possibilities, even if it fractured the player base in the process. In the end, players could have the best of both worlds if they didn't mind switching between versions. However, it's only a matter of time before servers like Hypixel move to 1.9+, and once that happens, it's basically goodbye to 1.8 PvP. Even though it's sad, it's the truth. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.